All right, guys. For rhetoric this week, we are working on chapter 18. We talked about the difference between a good speech and a bad speech and how you can command your audience's attention with anything, the change of your voice, the eye contact that you have, the words that you use, the tone in your voice. Are you monotone? Are you excited? I pulled up the dry eye commercial for all of us that remember the guy who was just so monotone and talking about the red eye and the dry eye. And that commercial seemed like it drug on forever. And so I asked the students, could you imagine if this person was your professor? Would you be able to pay attention? Would you be able to remember anything that they said during the lesson? Or if you had someone who was excited or had poise about them. We talked about Patrick Henry, how he said, give me liberty or give me death. And we talked about some of Martin Luther King's speeches that he made and how those just captivated your attention and made you want to pay attention to what he was saying and hang on to every word, and how we need to use those to flow into our debate that we're working on towards the end of the year for gun control. We also talked about tools that you can use, alliteration, parallelism, and how we broke off into groups for gun control and against gun control. And each of the students got with their group and they came up with some examples of these that they're working on and continue with their debate. I challenged them this week to bring an item into class and with at least 5 sentences, try to sell that item to us as a class. And what I wanted them to understand is that a speech is more than big words. It's more than just the right information. It's your tone, it's your presentation, it's your eye contact. It's knowing your audience and what they want. How do you get their attention? So as we're working on all of these different talents that we're using for debate, I want them to have this in their arsenal that they can sell anything to anybody and capture our attention so that we remember what they were trying to sell and how they formulated these thoughts. So going into week 20, they're going to work on chapter 19, build in their copious thoughts, practicing their humor, which is on page 196 to 197, and then continue to prepare for the in-class debate that we do on week 28. So great job.